The plot thickens in Group B on day 3 of the ICC World T20 as Scotland managed to defeat Papua New Guinea by 17 runs to go top of the table, and Bangladesh breathed a big sigh of relief as they managed to defeat Oman by 27 runs. And we'll be talking about both of those games in addition to the different permutations that could arise in Group B and what each team needs to qualify on this volume of CRIQAZI Diaries.
Have a look at that, miles up, oh, it's nearly taken someone out in the stands. That was a flat six right under the stand there, the George Giffen stand, up into the members, and it went like a rocket. Well, now we get to 24.
So Oman, hosts in Group B, today had the opportunity to knock Bangladesh out of the World T20 and secure their spot in the next round, but they missed it. Even though, in my opinion, they were ahead in the game for about 30 overs out of the 40. But yet they dropped 3 catches, and I think that ultimately proved to be the difference, because had they held on to those chances, Bangladesh may have ended up with a total well below 153. And even though Bangladesh dropped 2 catches as well, I think ultimately that was the difference between both sides. Especially given the fact that 2 of those 3 drop chances were off Mohammad Naeem Sheikh, who was dropped early on twice in his innings, and he went on to make 64 of 50 deliveries, was the mainstay in Bangladesh's batting effort, accompanied by, of course, the legendary Shakib Al Hasan, who scored 42 of 29 deliveries. Apart from Naeem and Shakib, only Mahmudullah Riyad, Bangladesh's captain, managed 17 of 10 deliveries, and the rest of Bangladesh's batters, they didn't even register double digits. And as a result of that, Bangladesh were bowled out for 153 in exactly 20 overs. One thing that I fail to understand is that why did Mushfiqur Rahim, one of Bangladesh's most experienced batters and one of their main players besides Shakib Al Hasan, come out to bat at number 8, especially when he's not even keeping wicket? I mean, Nurul Hasan is doing that job. So what exactly is Mushfiqur's role in this team right now as a specialist batsman? And I really would have liked to see him come up the order. And another thing that I don't understand is that why is Nasum Ahmed, the left arm off spinner who was so impressive in Bangladesh's home season against Australia in New Zealand, why is he continuously being ignored? I really think Bangladesh could do with another spinner in their bowling lineup, especially today. It was the spinners who turned the game around for them. Anyway, let's talk about Oman a bit. In the first innings, it was their seamers who led the way for them, Bilal Khan being the pick of those seamers who ended up with figures of 3 for 18, and he was complemented well by Kaleem Ullah and Fayaz Butt, who finished with 2 for 30 and 3 for 30 in their 4 overs respectively. Fun fact about pacer Fayaz Butt is that he represented Pakistan's under-19 team in the 2010 under-19 World Cup in New Zealand, and in fact was man of the match in the quarter-final against India, taking 4 wickets and dismissing KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal in his very first over. Oman started their chase on an extremely positive note, ending up with 47 runs for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of their power play, and at the end of 10 overs they were 70 for 2, so I would say very much ahead of the game with 8 wickets in hand and only 84 required to win. But then it was Bangladesh's spinners who tightened the screws and tilted the game in the Tigers' favour, Mehdi Hasan conceding only 14 runs off his 4 overs and also picking up a wicket, and then man of the match Shakib Al Hasan delivering with 3 wickets for 28 runs in his 4 overs. In fact, it was Shakib's dismissal of Jatinder Singh, Oman's best batsman in my opinion, who was coming off of an unbeaten 73 in the previous game and top scored for Oman in this game with 40 of 33 deliveries. It was his dismissal that in my opinion was the turning point of the game. Jatinder did, however, smack Shakib Al Hasan over extra cover for 6, which I think was the best shot of the day's play. But really, all of Oman's other batters who followed Jatinder, they simply could not compete, and Oman folded quite quickly after that. Ace Bangladeshi seamer Mustafizur Rahman was quite expensive today, going for 36 in his 4 overs, but Fizz did ultimately take 4 wickets and capped off a face-saving victory for the Bangladeshi Tigers, who are now well and truly back in the competition. In the other game, Scotland won the toss, elected to bat, and put up quite a decent total of 165 for the loss of 9 wickets in their 20 overs, spearheaded by Matthew Cross, who scored 45 of 36 deliveries, and a man-of-the-match performance by Richie Berrington, who scored 70 of 49 deliveries. Papua New Guinea did look like a much better outfit in this game compared to their last game versus Oman, and seamers Kabua Moria and Chad Soper impressed with figures of 4 for 31 and 3 for 24 respectively. After having been reduced to 6 for 67 in the 12th over, Papua New Guinea fought back valiantly with the bat, largely thanks to Norman Vanua's contribution of 47 runs off 37 deliveries, but ultimately they required 24 runs in the last over with 1 wicket in hand and they fell 17 short. Right arm pacer Josh Davey was the main perpetrator for Scotland with the ball as he finished with figures of 4 for 18 and wrapped up Papua New Guinea's innings for 148 runs in the final over. These results have set us up for an exciting finish to Group B where potentially net run rate could decide which two teams progress to the next round. If Scotland beat Oman on the 21st of October, they are sure to progress as the first place team in this group. But if Oman beats Scotland, then net run rate is surely going to come into play because Bangladesh is expected to beat Papua New Guinea convincingly. Funnily enough for Scotland, even though they have won both of their games thus far and are sitting top of the table, if they lose to Oman day after tomorrow by a convincing margin and Bangladesh manage to win their game against Papua New Guinea, Scotland might well be eliminated on net run rate. On the other hand, the equation for Oman and Bangladesh is fairly simple. They need to win their games if they are to stand a chance to progress. Of course, the winner of Group B will go on to meet India, Pakistan, Afghanistan and New Zealand in the next stage, and the second place team in this group will go on to meet Australia, West Indies, England and South Africa in the next group. So it's all to play for on October 21st and I am honestly licking my lips. Now, my gut feeling tells me that come Thursday, Scotland will manage to defeat Oman and finish the group on first position, whereas Bangladesh will also manage to beat Papua New Guinea and will finish second. But hey, cricket is a funny game and you never really know with sport, so we will have to wait and see. That's a wrap for Volume 55, folks. Of course, do let me know which two teams do you think will make it out of Group B in the comment section below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon in order to be notified about my latest videos. I'll catch you tomorrow after Namibia versus Netherlands and Ireland versus Sri Lanka. That's all for now. Kazi off the mic.
Have a look at that, smiles up, oh, it's nearly taken someone out of the stands. That was a flat 6 right